Hi everyone. This video is just to give you a few ideas of how you might choose to use Kidblog. Obviously, when you're using Kidblog, you have the advantages of teaching your students how to write posts that are going to go up, make comments, communicate with each other online, all sorts of wonderful options. But there are other ways that you can use this software to enhance some of your teaching. So I want to show you a couple of things I've done in the past just as sort of inspiration. And please tell me in the comments how you have used Kidblog or what you think you could do using this platform, because of course we can think of so many more things to do. So one thing I've done in the past is assign my students to write a how-to on their blog. So we were studying how to write how-to books, and we had gone through all sorts of actual pen and pencil writing, but I wanted them to use this platform as well. So here are a few examples of what my students produced. How to feed a dog. You will need a mat, a bowl, dog food, and a shovel. Number one, first you bring the bowl to the dog food. Number two, next you scoop the dog food in the bowl. Number three, then you put it on the mat. Number four, last you say stay, 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 go. Here's another example, how to feed birds in your hand. Number one, you need to get bird seed. Number two, you need to go to Kensington. Number three, you need to go to Kensington Nature Center. Number four, you need to go on a nature walk to be really quiet, find a bench. Number five, you need to dump a little bit of bird seed in your hand. Number six, you need to keep your hand still and wait for a bird. And then this one had an image to go along with it. And then here's one more example, how to take a dog on a walk. How to take a dog on a walk. You will need a dog, a collar, a leash, a boy or a girl. Number one, first you put a collar on the dog. Number two, next you hook the leash to the collar. Number three, then a boy or a girl walks with the dog. And number four, last, bring the dog home. Now, using something like Kidblog gives you a lot of advantages. First of all, kids are able to write about things that they are doing in their own lives, like going to the nature center and feeding a bird, or taking their dog for a walk, things that they can show us even when we are not at their house with them. The second thing that's really good is we had some great discussions as a class because it was easy for everyone to see. We opened up Kidblog on our interactive whiteboard and we could see these posts. We were able to have discussions about how we can improve things. So in this post, my students came up with some suggestions about adding some pictures so that we can see what's going on with these different steps. Right here, this one had a great picture, but this student forgot to put the you will need list at the beginning, and so he received some feedback about doing that. So it really gave us an opportunity to discuss what had been done well and what we could do better. And of course, you could also, if you have the upgraded feature that allows you to have more memory space, you could even do videos with these how-tos, which kids would love. So that's one thing that I've done using Kidblog to extend upon our writing workshop learning. And another thing that we did was a science activity where we each had our student blogs, but I created 4 extra blog users, and I named each one of them a team name. So we had science experiment teams, and one team was working on finding out whether seeds can grow in the dark, and another team was working on whether seeds can grow in the cold, and another team was working on whether a bean could find its way through a maze. And so each one of those science teams had their own blog. And rather than using a traditional handwritten journal, which is wonderful, but this is just a different option, my kids did their data collection and their observations using technology. So every day they would take a photo of what their experiment was showing them, and then they'd write their observations. So this team was trying to see if seeds could germinate and grow in the dark, and they took a photo every day. This was day 4. We were able to track things over the course of 10 days, and they would write their observation. So they wrote, they look like standing up flowers. Here's another team's blog. Again, it was Bean Maze's team, and this was a photo of what their work looked like on day 4. and it grew, the leaf is poking out, the stem is sideways. So they were learning how to use technology to make observations and then share that information. So at the end of our experiment, it was a 10-day experiment, each team was able to stand up again in front of the interactive whiteboard and show these photos, scroll through all of their posts and show the photos, and the other students were able to experience their science experiment alongside. And parents as well were able to log in and see exactly what we were looking at school. So those are just a couple of ways I've used Kidblog to build upon the things that we're doing in other curricular areas and use that technology to build upon what we're doing. Now, I've also written a few articles on my blog, teachingace.com, about our use of Kidblog, written about that in a bit more detail, and you can see what I've just spoken about here as well with our group blogs, as well as another post on how we use this for our how-to work. So if you want to read a bit more, see some more examples, I will put the blog post links up here so that you can click on those. And also on this post, which is titled Kidblog, you can download my parent guide, which I created to help parents know how to support their children at home when they are using Kidblog. So when you download that, it looks like this when it opens up. There you go. Okay, so please, like I said in the comments, share your ideas, share your questions, and let me know what you want to learn about next.